And now we are in the game. So, as you guys can see, we have quite a few packs to open. I'm gonna do 10 at a time. I don't usually like to do them individually. We'll be here all day if I do them individually. So we like to crack the packs 10 at a time around here. But I'm gonna start with the Mythic packs. So let's go ahead and do this. These I'll do individually because it's not that many of them. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got an Ultron Artificial Malevolence. Now, some of these I haven't seen yet. Hold on, make sure I don't knock over my water. Some of these I have not seen yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and learn what these do. So, Ultron Artificial Malevolence is a 3-mana legendary artifact creature, robot villain, 2/4. Whenever another non-token artifact you control enters, you may pay 2. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it. Whenever another non-token artifact, okay, create a token that's a copy of it. If the token isn't a creature, it becomes a 2/2. Also, this is just an artifact explodes card. That could be cool to try out with a like a simulacrum synthesizer type thing, especially since this also does trigger the synthesizer. That could be pretty cool. Hulk Gamma Goliath, reach trample 6/5, power up abilities of other creatures you control, cost 3 less to activate, and then power up for 8 of other creatures. So not this one. You put 5 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, so uncommon. And you got Wiccan, Rising Magician. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile another target non-land, non-token permanent, return that card to the battlefield. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, see what we got, see what we're working with. We got Thanos the Mad Titan. This is one of the cards I reviewed this week, so I'm pretty familiar with what this does, and I might try to build something with it, but I really don't know if this card is good in standard. This feels more like a brawl card to me. I really have to sneeze, but it won't come out. It's getting on my nerves. I need to sneeze to poop or get off the pot. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of getting on my nerves. All right, Wonder Man, Hollywood Hero. Each power-up ability of permanents you control can be activated an additional time. That's a good ability. Too bad this costs 5. And then War Machine, Legacy of Iron. 3 mana, 1/3. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, another target creature you control gets +X/+O. Not in love with that. See what else we're working with. Okay, got a Kang the Conqueror. I know what this is about. I know what Kang does. Moonstone, Harsh Mistress. Whenever you discard a card, this is a 2/4 for 4. Whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. It might be good in something. It's an interesting card if nothing else. I'll definitely give it that. What do we got? Namor. So this is a card I'm absolutely interested in because I want to try to see if this and I think it's called a Tuma. I want to see if these can make merfolks more viable. We might not try that one today because I got a couple of other ideas I want to do first, but if I run out of things, I might come back to it. And then we got Iron Fist. Have I seen this card? 3 mana, 2/3. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, Iron Fist gains tap, and Iron Fist deals damage equal to his power to any other target. I don't love it. At the same time, though, it targets a creature you control. It is kind of like the fling spell. I can't think of the name of it right now, but you guys have seen me play it on the channel. But it is kind of like the fling spell on a stick. You can just keep doing it, right? Okay, that's not bad. One more of these and then we'll get into the meat. The meat. Shang-Chi. I've seen some people excited about this card. I'm back and forth on it. I'm not entirely sure on it. It might be good, but I don't typically play decks of like a lot of activated abilities and stuff like that, so I wouldn't be as familiar with how good this is. I've also heard people talking about this card, but I don't know what it does. Whenever a player casts a spell that targets Speedball, he gets +2/+2 until end of turn. You may choose new targets for that spell. Okay. You may choose new targets for that spell. So does that mean that he just redirects it? He doesn't get hit with it at all? This could be interesting in a prowess deck, because it's almost like effectively he has double prowess, right? And then you can put the actual spell you were trying to cast on another creature. The only problem here is that he's very easy to block. He doesn't have trample, doesn't have menace, doesn't fly, so he's very easy to block. But that's an interesting ability though. Red Guardian, Super Soldier. Whenever Red Guardian enters, destroy target creature an opponent controls that dealt damage this turn. So it has to have dealt damage. Okay. Okay, all right, well, we're going to do the golden packs last just to get as few Marvel cards as possible. I do have a bunch of uncommons and commons. You know, there are a lot of cards in this set, though. Let's do it anyway. We're going to do something first real quick before we come back. I'm going to use all of my commons and uncommons. And let's see, Marvel Superhero. Let's start with the commons. I'm gonna use all of my wild cards here. I'm gonna be a little bit more judicious when it comes to the uncommons, because some of those might actually be playable. But we're gonna do this just so that we can get more progress in the vault, because the more of the commons and uncommons, basically the more of the sets you already have, when you open up packs from those sets and you get duplicates of cards you already have, it gives you extra progress towards the vault. So opening up that vault, you see down here 19.1, that vault progress, once we get to that, we get a bunch of extra wild cards and stuff. So this is just a really good thing to practice doing. And I'm at 41 commons. Okay, so I got a few more. How many am I at now? 56. And how many do we have? 63. So I've got 7 more. Right, as you can see, there are a ton of cards in this set. Like, I'm not gonna get nearly all of them, but as many as I can get, you know, we will do that. And then 1, 2, and 3. Okay. That's good enough. And then now we're gonna do collected and not collected uncommons. Some of these I was actually interested in. Was this one of the ones? No, I don't like the ones when they attack alone. Yeah, I'm interested in Maria Hill. Luke Cage. Marvel. I'm somewhat interested in Marvel. Oh, wait. Hold on. How many of these do I have? 25. And how many have I already used? So I need 16. so I've already used 8 of my 25, so I have 17 left. Okay, then fine, we can keep those. Definitely got to get the Fantastic Four. Definitely have to get the Fantastic Four. First, oh, wait. I need a Tuma. Hold on. So then one of these is going to have to go. One of these is going to have to go. It's probably going to be Marvel. Yes, probably going to be Marvel. Because I do also need a Tuma. I do not have as many uncommons as I would like. I'll have more, obviously a lot more after we crack all of these packs, but for right now, I just want to make sure that I have enough to get the Fantastic Four. Yes, I need to get all of them. There wasn't one in black. Johnny is... There we go. There's Johnny. There's Johnny. And then here we go. The Thing. Ben Grimm. Okay, so how many is that? 24. That's good enough. When you rock and roll. Okay, discard changes. Cool. All right. So now we back here and we can start opening these up, cracking these 10 at a time. Yeah, right, yes. Need all Fantastic Four. What's good, Zane? Good to see you. And no, I didn't get a chance to use the deck yet. I'm hopeful that I can do it now because I'm getting all of these wild cards. I just didn't have the wild cards for it at the time, but I should have them after cracking all of these packs. And maybe I can try to marvel it up a little bit. Okay, so let's see what we're working with. Heroic Feast. What does this do? When this enchantment enters, create a food token. Whenever you gain life, choose up to that many target creatures you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of them. Ares, I know. This is actually a card I do want to try. Ares seems like it could be pretty good. Scientist Supreme of Aim. You pay 2 life, copy target activated a triggered ability you control from an artifact source. You may choose new targets. Activate only during your turn. Okay. Avengers Disassembled is definitely a card I want to play. The Superhero Civil War. Good saga. Gain control of up to 2 target creatures with total mana value 6 or less as long as this saga remains on the battlefield. Okay. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Target creature you control fights up to 1 other target creature. Okay. Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is +2/+0 for each equipment attached to him. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on him. So this is all about equipment. Not in love with that. This is going to be one of the first decks I build, for sure. Serpent Society is going to be one of the first decks I build. Has to be. Has to be. Yeah, I had to get the Fantastic Four, though. That was for sure. I don't even think the combo is going to be that good in Standard, but I want to play it anyway. Like, you know, I want to try it anyway. 4 colors. Let's get it. Okay, got an extra. And then let's take a look at some of these uncommons that we got. Another Colleen Wing. Got a Captain Marvel anyway. I expect to have 4 Captain Marvels by the end of this anyway. Villainous Hideout. Tigra. So she wants to be in a life gain deck. Oh, okay. So maybe like a little bit of Selesnya life gain vibes. Okay. I like the fact that it has trample and flash. That's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of tough. Okay, all right, let's move on. Next 10. Okay. Jennifer Walters, I do want to try this. I do want to try Jen. Okay, cool. Cloak and Dagger, I wasn't overly in love with, but maybe we'll see. That's the one positive about the set being as big as it is like, there's a lot of things you can just try. You know what I mean? I think that we're definitely going to do that this set. Thunderbolt's Conspiracy. I have seen this card. This is the one where the villains come back as heroes. I think I'm going to try this in my villains deck, to be honest. I think I'm going to try Thunderbolt's Conspiracy and see if we can also get some heroes payoffs. We'll see. We'll see about this. I'm kind of excited about this card. Taskmaster. What does Taskmaster do? At the beginning of your first main phase until your next turn, Taskmaster becomes a copy of up to one target creature on the battlefield or creature in the graveyard, except his name is Taskmaster, and he's a legendary human. At the beginning of your first main phase until your next turn on the battlefield. So this is almost kind of like Superior Spider-Man, except he can change what creature he is every turn. That's kind of sick. That's actually kind of sick. Now, the only problem with it is it doesn't happen until the next turn, which is like, you pay 4 mana for a creature that doesn't do anything at all until next turn. It is a decently sized body at 3/5, so that's not terrible, but yeah, what it does is extremely cool though. Got another Avengers Disassemble, good, because I want 4 copies of that. Super Adaptoid. Wolverine Fierce Fighter. What was this one again? 4 mana 3/5. A lot of 4 mana 3/5s, huh? With haste, and when it enters, he fights up to one of the target creature if damage would be dealt to Wolverine. Instead, that damage is dealt, but all other damage already dealt to him is healed. Oh yeah, okay. I could see trying that for sure. Kang Temporal Tyrant. Whenever Kang attacks, he connives. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Okay. Red Hulk has Reach and Trample. It's a 6/7. For 6 mana. Has Enrage. Put a +1/+1. When you do, he deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1s to any other target. He deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1s. When he's dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on him, and then he does that damage to any other target. That's not terrible, to be honest. That's not a terrible card, especially if you play him with like World War Hulk and you essentially get him out for free. Like that's not bad. Maybe we'll try that. White Tiger. White Tiger, Stature, okay. Oh, we got a Killmonger, Scourge of Wakanda. 4 mana 3/3. When Killmonger enters, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent an opponent controls. As long as there are 2 or more creature cards in your graveyard, Killmonger gets +2/+1, so he's a 5/4. And then you can sacrifice a creature to pop any permanent when he enters the battlefield. It's not the worst card I've ever seen in my life. Man, they're getting me all the Ben Grimms, aren't they? Jeez Louise. Where we at? 22.5. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going. Monica Rambeau. What does she do again? She's a 3 mana 3/3 with flying and prowess. And then for 6 mana you can transform her. The other side must be really good. Flying, hexproof, prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Put a +1/+1 on each other creature you control. I'll say this much. For sure, the first side of this card is not mythic. Like, Monica Rambeau herself is not a mythic card. A 3/3 with flying and prowess, like, that is not mythic worthy. The backside is more mythic worthy, but it costs 5 mana to get to. A 4/4 that admittedly is not easy to kill, especially if you have protection spells that can grant indestructible. If you can find a way to get Photon indestructible, that becomes a nightmare card to deal with. And so maybe we try something like that. Maybe we try to figure out how we can survive to get to Photon, have spells and things that can give it indestructible, and also play a bunch of creatures to benefit from the boost that it gives whenever you cast a non-creature spell. That's going to be an interesting deck to try to build. That's going to be a fun deck. Okay. Captain Marvel, Earth's Protector. 5 mana, 5/4 with flash, flying, lifelink, and then what's that say? 7? Okay, yep. So you put a +1/+1 counter and an indestructible counter on Captain Marvel on just this card. I don't love it, if I'm being honest. Now this I want to try. This I want to absolutely try. I want this to kind of be like the top end of my villains deck. So we'll see about that. Oh, that's kind of sick. Okay. Mjolnir, I'm not all that high. I just don't like equipments, man. Absorbing Man seems like it may have some potentially. Okay, yep, Daredevil, Man Without Fear. This could be a decent card. Quicksilver, yeah. I think Quicksilver is going to be in quite a few decks. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Everybody's loving on the Squirrel Girl right now. Storm Wind Rider. Creatures with flying can't attack you or block creatures you control. Whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more creatures, those creatures gain flying until end of turn. Okay. And then Origin of the Avengers. You can scry 2. Put a hero creature card with mana value 3 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. If you don't, draw a card. Seriously. That is just so unnecessary. That is just so unnecessary. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, Chapter 3. That is insane. There's no need for that. Like, jeez Louise. One day, y'all. One day we're gonna move away from this doggone train and never come back. Never come back. Avengers Tower, Beast, Erudite Aerialist. As long as you put one or more +1/+1 on Beast, he has flying, and then whenever he deals combat damage, draw a card. Okay. I think I'm gonna just look a little bit more at my rares and my mythic rares. T'Challa's Protection. Oh, this isn't just an older version. Teferi's Protection. A newer version, I mean, of an older card. This is just Teferi's Protection, but now it's got T'Challa on it. That's cool. Armor Wars. I saw this. You may draw a card for each artifact you control. If you do, each opponent draws a card. Artifact spells you cast this turn cost 1 less to cast. And then this saga deals X damage to target opponent, where X is the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure about that card. This is a card I'm eager to try because I actually think this has the ability to be very good in an artifacts deck. Very good. The Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. What is this? Whenever the Mighty Thor attacks, exile up to one target non-token artifact or creature, then return that card to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Whenever an equipment you control enters, draw a card. Okay. So all the Thors want to play with equipments, and I don't love that. Kingpin got one of the lands, one of the specialty lands. I don't know if I'm going to go get those right away, just because I do have a nice number of lands, and I don't want to use all of my rares on that right now. That's something we may come back to. Another Wolverine. Shield, flying car. What does Vision Quest do? Search your library and or graveyard for an artifact creature card with mana value X or less. Put it onto the battlefield with X additional +1/+1 counters on it. If X is 4 or greater, it gains haste. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Okay. Got a Hercules. Hercules! Heck was on the rail. Okay. Let's do this. Got another, got two. Mythic Bros got another Jennifer Walters. Sentry is also a card I'm kind of interested in. It just depends on how you have to build the deck. Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Yeah, I didn't love this card. I remember looking at this card. I didn't love it. Another Heroic Feast, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I expect to be somewhat popular. Another Cloak and Dagger. And an Echo, Perceptive Prodigy. Speed, Young Avenger. Captain America Living Legend. Whenever a creature you control becomes tapped during your turn, if it's the first time that creature has become tapped, this turn untap it, okay? Bullseye. Bullseye. Alright, we're about halfway through these packs. And we got 12 rares and 5 mythics. We got 33% on the vault. Okay, got our first copy of the Mind Stone. Tony Stark. What does this one do? Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and then transform him into Invincible Iron Man for 6. It's a 5/5 that has flying and haste. That fits Tony perfectly. He's very hasty. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield at the beginning of combat. If it's an equipment, attach it to the Invincible Iron Man. So he also wants to play with equipment. I just don't love cards that rely on equipments, man. Okay, Scarlet Witch. Nick Fury. Wait, what does that say? His power costs every color. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on Nick Fury. Then look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a hero, equipment, or vehicle from among them onto this battlefield. If it's a double-face card, you may transform it. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. Got another training compound, okay. Another Quicksilver. Another Absorbing Man. Got us a Mole Man. What does Mole Man do? You may play lands from your graveyard Then it has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 1/1 green minion creature token named Moloid. With whenever this token attacks, you can mill a card. Okay. I don't love that, but alright. And then another Nick Fury. Okay. Alright. Okay. What are we looking at? Dude, I'm telling you, that's gonna be one of the first decks I build, is the Serpent Society, for sure. For sure, that's one of the first ones I'm building. It might actually be the first one I build, because I'm very ready to play that deck. I'm extremely ready to play that. It looks so good. Okay, got the white version, Cosmic Cube. Is this the one I think? Ward 2, whenever you attack, look at the top 6 cards, you may cast a spell with the greatest power among attacking creatures you control. This card might be decent. I'm not entirely sure, but this card might be decent. The Cosmic Cube. If y'all want to give me the lands now, I wouldn't be that upset about it, to be honest. Squirrel Girl. Okay, I would really like it if I could get at least 2 more Serpent Societies before we get out of here. I would genuinely appreciate that. Black Widow, I did do that one. Okay, another Mythic. Another Monica Rambeau. MODOK, which I don't like. I'm not a big fan of MODOK. The Astonishing Ant-Man. What does this do? Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on the Astonishing Ant-Man whenever you draw a card. And then for 3 in a tap, remove any number of +1/+1s from Ant-Man to make that many 1/1 green instant. Ooh. That's kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever you draw a card, yeah, we might have to do something with that. I ain't gonna lie. We might have to do something with Ant-Man. For sure. Leader, okay. Saw that one. The Kingpin of Crime. 2 more King. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all giving me all of this stuff. Can I get another Serpent Society, please? Please? I would genuinely appreciate it. You said too late, I did it first. No, trust me. I understand completely. I get it completely. That when I saw that card, I was like, is this not just cracked? Like, is this not just insanely cracked? I do want to build this deck too, though. Ares. I do want to build Ares. Not a big fan of Super Scroll. Secret Invasion. I'm on the fence about Secret Invasion. The 10 rings, your maximum hand size is 10. At the beginning of your end step, if you have fewer than 2 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. Oh no, 10 cards. I don't know where I got 2 from. Got another Arc Reactor. That's cool. Ironheart, Clever Champion. All right, we only got 16 more packs. Best card to set. It might be. It legitimately might be the best card to set. Like, card looks insane. Another Thanos. Moon Girl. Daredevil, okay. So we starting to get a lot of duplicates, but none of them is the doggone Serpent Society! This is ridiculous. Y'all just not gonna give it to me. Now I'm gonna open the rest of these one by one. Get a little bit more focus, okay? Secret Invasion, Hulkling. Can we not? Iron Man armor, which I really don't want. I don't want the equipments. Hidden Lair. I will take the lands. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't want to actually spend wild cards on them. So if y'all just give them to me, I can't complain. Shang-Chi. If you add Vayne, what is Vayne? Have I not seen that card? Dark Fortress. I won't complain about getting the lands, but I would really like more Serpent Society. I'm gonna have to spend wild cards on it because we just didn't get it. We just didn't get it. Nor did I actually see that Captain America card that I wanted to play. We're gonna have to be very judicious here. Northwind Avatar, another Avengers Disassembled. Valgaval Seneschal. Okay. Another Shang-Chi. Another Squirrel Girl. Uremi. Cap Shield. Another Ares. I'm not gonna complain about another Ares. How many we have? 20 rares. That's solid. Could be better, could be worse. Avengers Under Siege. They really didn't want to give me but one Serpent Society. The one where death touch creatures, when they deal damage, the opponent gets 2 poison counters. I'm gonna have to take a look at that because that's definitely the game plan. I just realized this is my first World War Hulk, and I definitely want to play this card. There we go. Okay, yes. Give me another one. Give me at least 2. All this doggone money I done spent on this game, man. Give me 2 of the cards I want. Codis, okay. Coma World Eater, construct a Cosmic Cube. Okay, 5 more. Ultron, Ether Spark, Grub, got a couple more. They're gonna make sure we have all the Squirrel Girls, huh? Full playset of Squirrel Girls incoming. Kefka, another Hidden Layer, which again I'm not gonna get upset about. Mutable Explorer. All right, just 2 more. Another Ultron. So I'm gonna have to use that. Omniscience. Is that my that's no, that can't be right. That cannot be my first Omniscience. I'm pretty sure I've played Omniscience before. In Historic. I have to, maybe it's just my first of this version of Omniscience. That could be the case. And last one. King T'Challa. Worlds Within Worlds. And Zodiark. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. We've opened up all of our packs. Now let's go and see what we can build. So we're going to come here, we're going to start here, and I just want to first of all just take a look at everything that we have from start to finish. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, 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 no. That's all I know. And don't get inside of my table. Okay. What thought we did? Oh, that was just all the new stuff. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, where are all my cards? That was just the new stuff. A little upset we only have one Dr. Doom, because I definitely want to play that. We have no caps of the cap that I want to play. That is beyond trash. Absolutely hate that for us. Absolutely hate that for us. So let's take a look at what I don't have. Actually not as much as I thought. This is the whole set, right? Not just the, yeah, this is the whole set, yeah. Actually not as much as I thought. But definitely don't have any of the caps though. So I'm gonna be spending 4 wild cards on that. How many mythics do I have? Just 8. Okay. So I have to be pretty judicious about those. What am I looking like in vault progress? Okay, I'm at about 53%. That's pretty good. What else don't I have that I might want? I think I want Doom Reign Supreme. I do think I want to try that. All in all, though, I'm not too upset with the number of cards that we don't have. It's not like overly crazy. And it's not a lot of them that I really actually wanted to play. The Coming of Galactus is a maybe. Okay, alright, so here's what we're doing. As of right now, the first thing I know for sure is that I want to start with the Serpent Society. So we're going 4 copies of that right off the bat. Now we're gonna reset. You said, what's it called? Vayne? V-A-Y-N-E. Is this what you were talking about, Finn the Fangbearer? First of all, this card style is sick. Do I have this? I have that card style? Oh, that's sick. I mean, this was going in the deck anyway, for sure. But yeah, when I typed in Vayne, this is what came up. Is this what you meant? Because for sure, Finn was going in this deck regardless. Let's take a look at Death Touch. Cecil was going in this deck for me. What else was going in this deck? Dragon Sniper. Yep, I was putting 4 of those in there. And then what's the one? Yes, the Virulent Emissary that gained you life. Yep. I want that in there. Gotta have interaction too, so we'll come back to some of this other stuff. Swarm Weaver. I kind of like this idea because once it gets turned on, yes, fight cards. You're right. You're right. That's really good interaction for a deck like this. Vraska the Silencer. No, there was a colorless card. Maybe it didn't have actual death touch though. What was it called? I think it was called the Virulent. I think I want this too. Whenever a non-token... Oh, it has to be an artifact creature. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. So in terms of 1-drops, I feel like that's enough 1-drops, at least in terms of creatures. So we're gonna go fight. Bushwhack seems good. Noxious Newt. Let's take a look at that. What's that say? I am Nox Black, so you know I love the anything. Okay, yeah. I can get down with that. I can get down with a Noxious Newt. What we got left? 8 cards. Okay, we got to balance some things out. So maybe I'll go down an Emissary, down one of those, down a Cecil, and we have 11 spots left. Let's go back. I want at least one more fight spell. Vraska joins up. Do I have Vraska joins up? I have one copy. Let me see. Put a death touch counter on each creature you control. Whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. I would like it more if my cards didn't already have death touch, so I feel like half the card doesn't matter. And then in terms of legendary creatures, I do have the Serpent Society, Finn the Fangbearer. Cecil is also legendary, so that part could make some sense. I'm gonna put one in here for now just to keep it around in case I want to put more in. Now I also kind of want to see if, let's go here, here, here. I want to see if any other Marvel cards make sense here. And I'm gonna keep it to these rarities. Do any of these matter? Let's take a look at Venom Connoisseur. Is that in this set? Or is that just like another? Okay, it must be in a... Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gains Death Touch until end of turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, all creatures you control gain Death Touch. So now, if I'm gonna play something like this, it's gonna incentivize me to take out some of my creatures that are just Death Touch centric. If I'm gonna play something like this, because I want it to matter. So maybe I would take out like the newt. Let's see. I would take out like the newt. I would take out the sniper. I want this for the life gain. Let's take that out for now. Because I'm also going to have to save room for at least a little bit of interaction. So I say we probably got like 2 more creatures that we can realistically put in here. Whenever another creature. So you know what? This does make me want to play. I just was talking about the card. I just had my finger on it. What is it called? The Swarm Weaver. This kind of does make me want to play the Swarm Weaver. If I'm gonna play something like the Venom Connoisseur. So 3 copies of the Swarm Weaver. It just opens it up to other. Yeah, I can see that. That's why I'm like, if I'm gonna put something like this, then I might as well pull back on some of my Death Touch creatures and try to get cards that have other abilities that can help, and then also give them Death Touch. Yeah. So that does make sense. So yeah, I like Swarm Weaver here. And then I got 11 cards left. I want at least a little bit more interaction. So let's go. Do I want Bitter Triumph? Do I want Strategic Betrayal? Or do I want like Nowhere to Run? Let's go Nowhere to Run. Let's go Nowhere to Run. The curve here is pretty low. I might be able to take like 1 or 2 of these lands out, depending on where we end up. So let's go a little bit of Nowhere to Run. You said Raw? Is there a Raw? Yeah, the Black Raw. What does that do again? Surveil 2. Any number of target players discard a card. Yeah. It could get back the Serpent Society. It gets back all of my other smaller creatures. I do like that. Being able to force them to discard and then surveil for the Swarm Weaver. That does have synergy. I'll put like 2 of them in there. That does have synergy. So then I want 3 more interaction pieces and 3 more creatures. So in terms of interaction pieces, do I go? I'm gonna go Betrayal. It's very versatile. It's just very versatile, and it helps me out against the graveyard decks. And then 3 more creatures. Yeah, the 3rd ability on Raw is really good in this deck. Let me see. Do we have any creatures that promote card draw in these colors? Let me do this, creatures. Teaming Silver Tongue. We got a pretty decent curve. Eddie Brock. What did this used to be? I gotta learn all of the. Oh, it used to be Vigo. I gotta learn all of these Spider-Man cards all over again, and it's slightly upsetting. Raven Eagle. Sephiroth. Not quite. Let's see. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with the greatest power among creatures that player controls dies, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Kraven. That's not bad. What's our curve? 2.1. I still might take out a couple of these lands. What about Sirach? Whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes the target of a spell, draw a card. It doesn't synergize in any other meaningful way, though. Let's do this. And let's do that. Okay, so it is also got that on there. I know what you're talking about. Unholy Annex. Let's see, if I don't find anything else, I might try Unholy Annex. I was trying to get another marble card in here. I'm going to try as many of them as I can. But none of these really fit. Let's take a look at the common ones real quick. And then, yeah, if none of this works, then I'll try out the Unholy Annex. Crossbones. That is a villain. Nothing else here is a villain, though. Okay. That's kind of a sick card. This is kind of a sick card, if I'm being honest. Maybe not for this deck, but that is kind of sick. Titania. Yeah. Not really seeing anything else. Killmonger. Alright, I don't see anything else that really fits from the Marvel set, so let's go ahead and just do the Unholy Annex. Oh, and now the cost is up to 2.6. Wait, what? Oh, because of the Ritual Chamber. So really, it's not that high. So I probably still could take out like a land or two. I probably still could, and put it back as a Swarm Weaver or another Nowhere to Run, or maybe another Cecil. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build out the lands real quick. Do I want any of the special ones? Does Ba Sing Se make sense? Not really. Does Realm of Ko make sense? Not really. I mean, it could. With the Venom Connoisseur, it could. The new card that gives you 10 cards. Are you talking about 10 rings? I did see that. Hold on. Let me do the lands first real quick. I did see 10 rings. Let me. Hold on. Let me do these lands real quick, and then I'm going to go back to that. Deathcap Glade. Let's get a couple of Overgrown Tombs in here. Let's go. Oh, shoot, yeah. Let's go there, and then these are not like human. That's elf. That's human. We do have a decent number of humans in the deck, though. Some kind of way. It throws me off. I'm not used to this card looking like this. I'm so not used to this card looking like that. And then give me. Honestly, I might go do at least a couple Cavern of Souls. At least a couple, because we play enough humans in the deck to where that would make some sense. And then Fountain Port. We don't really make, well, no. We do make tokens here. And and then they all would get Death Touch if this is on the battlefield, but I don't want to necessarily count on that. So you know what? We will go back and get a couple of these, 3 of those. That should be a fine, solid mana base. We'll play around with that. But now let me go back to, was it the 10 rings? I just hate that it costs 8. Let's try Vampire Rites. You gain a life and draw a card, and it just costs 1. I think I would rather try this. Yeah, especially because we don't have any other demons. That could have the potential to beat us down. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try this version. See what happens. We're gonna call this Death Touch Tribal. All right, let's go play a couple of games with this, see how it works out, and then we'll come back and build another deck. I might go a little bit longer today than usual. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. I do like that 10 Rings card. I just want a way to play it a little bit more unfairly. So maybe if I was playing like an artifact deck that had the ones like the Nexus of Becoming, maybe I would try that. We'll see though. Sure. I guess we can keep this. Cauldron of Essence is a good card, yeah. I've been trying to figure out a way to get... Alright, now. That's enough. That is enough Cecil. Magic. Dag. Just all of them immediately. Sure, attack. No, I'm like, by all means, attack. That is enough. This is a really good Bushwhack. I do want to play this, but I think I would rather play the Bushwhack here. Yep. Yeah, that works extremely well with fight spells. Cecil works very well with fight spells. So if I don't already have 4 of those, I might need to go up to 4 Bushwhacks. Yeah, that needs to be black. I'm gonna attack. And since I got a bunch of them, might as well gain some extra, just a little bit extra. Now we can go down to 10 next turn and get Cecil transformed. Sure. Okay, we got nowhere to run. So let's do this. Kill Tursa. Get a little bit back. A 4th land would be great right about now. Give him up. Sure. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 on target attacking creature. So we're gonna do this. Kill you. Gain some life back. I really could use this 4th land right about now. It's a top deck war. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so now from here, it should be pretty tough. I might need to go add another land because we have to make sure we can get to 4 consistently. I needed that Swarm Weaver earlier. I don't really care. That's just GG's. Okay. All right, what a win. That was a good win. Didn't even need the Serpent Society. Didn't come into play at all. That was just all old cards. Okay. Nice to know that that's a viable game plan. Touch of Death. Cool. Cecil hard carried in that one, I'm not gonna lie. I at least got to get a game or two with the Serpent Society, though. There we go. It's not a great hand, but I'm going to keep it because I have the Serpent Society. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's wrong. We'll just have to see. Is our opponent here? Are you here? There you go. There you go. Duress. Duress. Get rid of Morale. Get rid of Morale. And now we finna flood out. Let's not do this. Can we not do this, Magic? Another Duress. Sure. Get rid of my Nowhere to Run. But if you want to target this, be my guest. Be my guest. Sure. Is it worth it? It comes back just to deal a little bit of damage. Is it worth it? Not sure it is. At least not to do it now. Oh my God, come on, man. Like, this is why I'm taking out the lands. I'm finna go take out a couple lands, man. Because this is exactly what I be talking about, bro. Like, just gonna flood to the high heavens, man. And of course, now all of a sudden they playing Strategic Betrayal. Everybody plays Strategic Betrayal all of a sudden. Alright. Alright. Mission accomplished. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Absolutely. Finna go take a couple lands out because I am not about to be dealing with this, yo. This is absolutely ridiculous. You'll never win a game if that happens. So take out one of those. Take out one of those. And then I'll go 3 Rawls. I'll go 3 Rawls and another Emissary. Oh, wait, hold on. Because I do have Cauldrons. Let me see. What does this do? Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. You can sacrifice a creature to return target creature card from your graveyard. That's interesting. Would I sacrifice one of those, one of those, and one of those to play 3 Cauldrons? My curve is still pretty good, and we had 22 lands. Let's try it. Let's try it. I'm down to try stuff, man. It's actually really cool to have people like helping out, you know, when I'm building decks, because I'm like by no means an expert. Sometimes I build a masterpiece. Sometimes I build the worst deck you've ever seen in your life. So that's pretty cool. I'm always down to take some suggestions. Yeah, I'll keep that. Okay, we both got some pieces on the side, and no issues if she mind. Say I miss you sometimes when I'm feeling like that. And I miss you finding no disrespect if she don't have my line every time trying to smash it. I need to warm up, boy. I'm off. Hit my line every time trying to smash it. Are you going to block it? You're not going to block it. All right. Well, all right. Sure. Go have to up. Somebody doesn't know what my new cards do. Somebody doesn't know what my new cards do. We're gonna have to give it up anyway. Sure. Is there any reason? No. That dies. Boom, 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 boom. You can take but no more hits, sir. You can take no more hits. Okay, sure. I have everything else I need. I'll take that. Gotta block them both, so there's no double blocking. There we go. Okay. He said live? What? That's right. What's good, my boy? What's good? Live doing some Marvel superheroes. Well, we already did our pack cracking, and now we're just building some decks and trying them out. But yeah, I also go live every Saturday too. We usually do the King of the Week stream on Saturdays. I just started live streaming on YouTube like maybe 3 weeks to a month ago. I was doing it on Twitch before, but I decided to just keep everything on YouTube now. That's a horrible hand. That's a better hand. And I think I'm going to get rid of the Strategic Betrayal, but if I'm coming up against Cavero, I'm going to be hot. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, if I see Cavero, I'm going to be, I definitely should have played that. It's okay. We'll be all right. I think we'll survive, hopefully. Please. Please let me survive. What I could really use right now is Offend the Fangbearer. No. Yeah, you were right. You were definitely right. Nowhere to run. Okay. Okay, like I said, okay. I'm not loving what's happening here right now. Although I will say this, if I get this fourth land, the Swarm Weaver might be kind of decent. Soulstone, okay. You just have it all, don't you? Well, there's a Bushwhack. That at least gets me the fourth land. I can appreciate that. Although, are we just playing against Mono Black finna Ugin me to death? Is that? Because this feels like we're finna get Ugin to death. Desecration Demon, you say. I don't love that. So now my Swarm Weaver's gone. How lovely. Sure, I guess I have to do this. Guess I have to do this. Yeah, we're gonna struggle against the discard piles. Now, if I can start drawing some good cards, okay, maybe we do a little something. If I start drawing some good cards. Okay. Okay. That's a land. Don't really want that. What does this say? Target player sacrifices a creature of their choice other than enchanted creature. When enchanted creature is dealt damage, destroy it. Okay. Well, it can only take 1 damage anyway, so I don't care about that. However, this Cauldron of Essence is kind of nice. I hate that. Oh, I have to sacrifice this now. Oh, that's terrible. Wait, did I have to sacrifice it? I don't think I had to sacrifice it. Oh my lord, I was paying no attention. Not good, guys. Not good. I think I could have submitted 0. Yeah, may sacrifice a creature. Yep. You know what? This is honestly making me want to go back and get the Dragon Sniper instead of this one. Like, does the 1 life matter that much? As opposed to being able to block a flyer? I don't think so. Yeah, I think I want to go back and replace the Emissary. Gaining the 1 life is not that important. Being able to block a flyer is a lot more important. Sure. That was such overkill. I don't think anything really gets me out of this. Yeah, because I mean, I could fight that, but then I have nothing to block these and they just kill me. Boom, boom. Yeah, okay. Okay. So far, I like what the cards do. One of the things I said is it feels to me like the set is a little bit too self-contained. Like it wants to play with cards from the same set or possibly even Spider-Man. And that could be something that hurts it. Like the amount of legendary creatures is just... it's kind of ridiculous, but I do like the cards. I'm obviously, look, big Marvel fan over here. Like, I love the cards, but I'm a little bit concerned that they're not going to be as good as we want them to be. Because it just wants to play with its own cards. Play with your own squishy. Yeah, let's go ahead and try the Dragon Sniper. And matter of fact, I think I want 4 of those. So let me go down a cauldron to go up to the 4th sniper. Because that thing having vigilance and reach is just really good. Well, yeah, how you feeling about the set, Wisco? Like, have you been able to build anything truly broken? I've seen a couple of your decks on Swayze streams. Like, you be building some broken stuff. No green. Got a mulligan. I'll take that. I'm either giving up the Swarm Weaver or Strategic Betrayal here. I'll give up the Betrayal. Yeah, this is also a human, so it fits a lot more with the Cavern of Souls. Yeah, that just makes a lot of sense. Just makes a lot of sense. Nowhere to run, sure. Hopefully they don't have another one. It's a lot of land magic. You're doing the thing again. Can we not? Give him a couple poison counters. Show me potato salad. Ancient Cornucopia. Something tells me a sweeper's coming. And I'm gonna be so hurt. I'm gonna be so hurt if a sweeper's coming. So with the Swarm Weaver, I need to have a way to get more cards into the graveyard, right? Because I need to be able to turn this on quickly and get them Death Touch. Because I only have one card type and no way to discard. It's decent so far. The enchantments and artifacts have been better than the creatures to me. I can see how you say that. Yeah, I can definitely see how you say that. But the creatures look so cool. Like, I want the creatures to be good. It's just, it's a little bit, they're a little too self-contained to me. Like, you have to have heroes, you have to have villains, and we only have 2 sets right now that provide those. Great. Let's go Dragon Sniper. Another Swarm Weaver. Heartless Act, sure. They just got all the answers. Mono removal spell deck. Removal tribal. I made a token deck around the new card Alien Invasion. Is Alien Invasion actually good? Because it struck me as a worse Girabrass Forge when I saw it. But is it actually good? Because if so, I will try it. Because I did used to love Girabrass Forge. This one's looking pretty bad, y'all. This one's looking pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, yeah, it could just be they getting us because we're Marvel fans like, oh my God, it's Captain America. Just over here nerding out. Oh my God, so cool. Yeah. Yeah, this one feels pretty over. This one feels pretty over. They just drained me out with the core or another. They have 2 more of those, so cool. Okay, so far, it's either the way I'm building it. It's gotta be the way it's built because I'm hardly even seeing the doggone Serpent Society, man. Like, this is built around this card. I've seen it once. So where do we need to go? Haven't seen this card one time, dude. Have not seen this card a single time. I think the Swarm Weaver is just a little bit too slow. It makes me have to, like, I don't see raw enough for that. I don't have enough discard to really make the Swarm Weaver work here. But what else is the problem? The problem is still just not enough card draw. Not enough getting through the deck to see the cards I actually need to see when I need to see them. Yeah, it's not. Golgari is tough. Like, but I really like this card. Let's see. No white. Do we go discard? Do we go discard? I think I'm gonna take this card out too. So that we can have more time to get to what we're trying to do. I think I might go with a discard package. So, turn 1, Duress. Discard. Take that out. Wait, what's the other one that I was just looking for? The... Or maybe it's not like... Maybe it doesn't say discard. It's the 2 mana. You should be dropping. You're right. What's the one that I'm thinking about? I just saw it. It's Cruel Claw. I keep that. Get that out. Cruel Claw's Heist. So now I have 8 slots to fill. I do need more two cost Death Touchers. Before you play Serpent. Yeah. Wait a minute, what does that say? Whenever Super Adaptoid enters or attacks, choosing the target. If that creature has haste and Super Adaptoid doesn't, put a haste counter on it. Do the same for flying. Equal to the number of legendary creatures you control. That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of cool, but I don't play enough legendary creatures in the deck to make this... Really? Well, do I? The only one that's not legendary really is Dragon Sniper. We'll come back to that. Oh no, it's all good, man. We over here trying stuff. That's the whole point of this stream in particular. It's like we just trying stuff. Like I'm no more an expert than the next man. Like, you may mill 2 cards. That would have been decent for the last setup we had, but honestly, not a lot of good 2-mana Death Touchers out here. When this creature deals combat damage, if you committed a crime, you may sacrifice this creature. Let's go with one then. Cecil is obviously good. Do I want to go Tiny Bones here? It does give me a little bit of extra versatility, being able to play stuff out of their graveyard. Radioactive Spider. Sacrifice this creature. Search your library for a Spider Hero card. Reveal it. Put it in. No. I might put the Emissary back. So now we've got 3 different 1 costs. Poison counter. Or I guess we can just put poison. Hold on. Poison. I wish this wasn't artifact creatures. If this wasn't artifact creatures, this would be so good in this deck. So then let's just double down on those. And let's try it like this. All right, let's try it like this. Yeah, we already at like basically 2 o'clock. I'm gonna do an extra hour today because I want to build at least 1 or 2 more decks before I hop off. Oh Lord! Also, I need double black for Cruel Claw's Heist, which I don't have right now. But I do have the Strategic Betrayal, which is going to kill this thing. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna play that for black. And I'm gonna make them get rid of that last card, whatever it is. Tag, and what was that? Sheltered by Ghosts. Yep. Make him get rid of it. Okay. So this board's about to grow pretty ridiculously. I don't think there's anything I can do now. Yep, that's it. That's the problem though, man. It's like it's impossible to get them to 4 or 5 poison counters without Finn. And there's a lot of games where you just don't see Finn. That's where I'm almost like, does the deck need more churn or more card draw? Because there are a lot of games where I see Finn, no Serpent Society. I see Serpent Society, no Finn. Like, that's hilarious. Now this game I got them both in hand. Let's see how this goes. Take Seam Rip. Do this for green. They still have Shelter by Ghost, so let's do this. Let's keep forcing them to get rid of cards. They'll probably get rid of this Skyward Spider. Oh. Or they got rid of both lands. Interesting. Since I know they have the Shelter by Ghost, and this is what they want to do. Oh, this used to be the area list. Okay, I'm like, wait, what is this? I remember now. I'm still relearning all the Spider-Man cards. Let's do this and this, because I know they're going to want to Shelter by Ghost one of these. And then we're going to Finn them. It's probably going to be Cecil, right? It's definitely going to be Cecil. And now that can fly. So Strategic Betrayal would be incredible here. No attacks. It's very interesting. Oh, well, it can't because I have this, right. But of course. So now, that's why I switched out the Emissary for that. Like, because that just feels better. You're going to take the poison? You're going to take the poison! Same rip, okay, yeah, sure. Another one. Another one. Okay, now what are we doing? Sure. If I bushwhack this, I wouldn't be able to bushwhack anything else. But if I bushwhack this, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Oh, of course they have another seam rip. Of course, they have another seam rip. Sure. They get to get their life back. At this point, I need to get another land. Okay. I was like, okay. Spellbook vendor. Okay, Origins of Spider-Man. We gotta get this done very quickly. Okay. Not great. Truth be told, not great. Come on. That's it, isn't it? Don't have any more. Any more life gain, huh? We were close in that one. We were close in that one. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and switch gears. We're gonna go to a different deck. I'm gonna still try to fine tune this one, but it's not looking great, if I'm being honest. It's not looking great. So let's go standard. Let's go standard. Let's go Marvel. I'm gonna switch gears just for a second. I need my actual glasses on. I ain't gonna stunt. Okay, so let's go hero. I'm gonna try to make a heroes deck. So, in terms of heroes, I think she would have to be one of my one drops. Just don't love Agent Coulson. Nick Fury, no. Quite possibly we go Selesnya. Selesnya heroes. Excuse me. possibly go Sentry. Let's go to the green. Let's go to the green. Guerrilla Guerrilla. I guess let's try Shang-Chi. Let's see. Spider-Man to the rescue. What is this card? Storm Wind Rider. Creatures with flying can't attack you or block creatures you control. I would like more activated abilities. Let's go Spider-Man 2. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Why is it not as many heroes as I thought it was? What's really good? Okoye? I guess give me a couple copies of Sentry. How many do I have? 8. I could spare 2. Try 2 of those. This is honestly kind of making me feel like I might have to add a 3rd color. Shang-Chi. I definitely want more of these activated, like, transform type abilities. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go, like, maybe Naya? He gains hexproof and becomes colorless until end of turn. Whenever you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control. None of this seems particularly, like, fast. And we're already running out of slots. We have 45 cards already. Let's see. Do I go Quicksilver here? Some kind of way, yeah. I'm trying to think, but I can't think of what I should do with this deck. No. I can't think. I just can't think. Oh, this hero deck is much harder than I thought it would be to build and make up. To build and make up. To build. Yeah, this doesn't even feel that good, to be honest. Like, has web slinging. Because without the power-up ability, it's just a 1-mana 2/1. That's not very good at all. You know what? Let's also now look at teamwork. Are these the only cards that really say teamwork? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This deck is looking cooked. I thought it was a lot more. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to this one. I'm gonna try villains first. I'm gonna do villains first, because that's looking cooked. That looks bad. Where's the one card that I wanted to build around? Thunderbolt's Conspiracy. Whenever a villain you control dies, return it as a hero. So I already found a couple of cards I want to play in villains. Let's see. Whenever you cast a spell, you may pay either 1 white or 1 black. If you do, each opponent loses a life. You gain that much life whenever you cast a spell, okay? Whenever you attack, you can pay 2 life. If you do, until end of turn, creatures you control will tap. Okay, yeah, I remember this one. This is a villain. Create 2 1/1 black villain creature tokens. Let's try this card out. Let's try out Avengers Under Siege. That seems kind of cool. Okay, so far, we've settled on Rakdos. So now, let's just take a look at these 2 colors right now. If he's equipped, yeah, we're not doing the equip thing, so he won't be equipped. Are there any 1-cost villain creatures worth playing? It doesn't look like it. In either set, too. That's crazy. There's no other 1-cost villain in black and red besides Whiplash? That's kind of crazy. So we're going to have to be carried by the 2 costs. And this deck is expensive right now, so we need to bring down the cost. Let's take a look at red. Wait, when do we get this view? And why can't we go in any further? That's weird. Okay, sure. Let's go back to red. Well, actually, are there any other good ones here? Not really. So I will admit the villains do look better, but it's still kinda cooked in terms of what we're gonna do that's gonna be powerful enough to make a difference in standard. Whenever you next cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to Loki's power, copy that spell. Less than or equal to Loki's power. Whenever another villain you control enters a okay. Connives. When this creature dies, this is tough. I'm not gonna lie. This is a little bit tough. So the rest of the deck honestly might not be villains. Like, these might be the only villains we really play. Yeah, these might be the only villains we really play. If they come back as heroes, how do we pay that off? Maybe this is where I play Cap. This is just like a heroes and villains deck all together. So Mardu? I don't exactly hate it, to be honest. A Mardu heroes and villains deck? Let's see. Do I play this card? It really, no, because we're not going to really have a lot of heroes in our hand, right? Mardu. That dealt damage. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more cooking up offline, because as of right now, I'm gonna put this deck together. I'm gonna finish it and play a couple of games at least before I hop off. But this is going to have to be a bit more of a project. But I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna find something. Believe you me. Believe you me. The Wonder Weave area list. Red Hulk could work a little, but also this deck is just already expensive and I really need to get the cost down. Somebody know somebody. Oh, won't you love somebody, girl? Love somebody, girl. No, 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 no. Extra prowess. Where are all of the rest of the plans? Political triumph. Whenever a creature you control enters, draw a card. So, okay. Let's add in Ninja Turtles. Did Ninja Turtles have villains? So there were no villains. So the Turtles aren't heroes? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so you know what? Let's do this. Reset. Let's take a look at a few more creatures. Let's take a look at the good ones too. Let's take a look at the good ones and see what we're working with. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that targets... Let's try gin. A little gin and juice. Let's try a little gin and juice. I'm mainly looking for cheap stuff right now. So let's go Moon Shadow. Let's go let's go, yeah. No. Let's go Quicksilver. It's my other one drop. Okay, so now from here, let's just get some removal into the deck. What is that one enchantment I just saw that hits flash creatures? I'm sorry, hits tapped creatures. It's a flash card that hits tapped creatures. Super villain lockup. Let's play some of these. Also, definitely want to play some of this. But then we need some nowhere to run. So let's take one less Thunderbolts Conspiracy, one less Doom. One less Doom Reign Supreme. 2.8 is the cost right now. Okay. And let's get a couple more interaction pieces, like maybe, is it gonna be nowhere to run, or is it gonna be, not nowhere to run, strategic or momentum breaker? You know what? Let's go Avengers Disassembled. Yeah, let's go Avengers Disassembled. And then let's go one less. Let's just go 2 Dr. Dooms. And go one more Avengers Disassembled. 2.7 is the cost. So you know what? We can take Jen out. We can take Jen out. It's kind of a combo with Captain America, but and Quicksilver and Moonshadow. Yeah, we could take this out too. So let's do that. I'll probably play one more Cap. And then we'll probably go like 26 lands. Or 25 lands. Hold on. So here's what we need. Good 2-cost creature. Shoot the Sheriff. Give me 3 of those. And then maybe we take Doom out of this one. Because that also does make the curve a lot better. And then maybe we find another 2-cost creature that's really good. And then we can keep the land count where it is. Okay, let's try this. We only got like 20 minutes left. Let's go ahead and try this. Let me reset. Let me get the lands in here. I do want like 2 of these abandoned air temples. Okay, so now let's get some of these. some of these. Oh, here they go. Just went right past those. And then some of these. And then we'll get a couple of caverns going, and 5 basics should be decent. All right, let's try it. What is the one from DC? Villains turn heroes. That's what we calling this. Suicide Squad. All right, I just had to get something together. This deck might not be the greatest, but we just had to put something together because I've been sitting here just staring at this screen for like an hour at this point. So we're going to play a couple of matches of this and then we're going to call it a stream. And I'm going to probably go right back to building because I got to build out some decks for next week. I don't know if I love this, but okay. Quicksilver, where were you just at? Where were your antennas? Where were your antennas? Sure. Where are all of my creatures? Where are all of my... Are you gonna attack me or what? I don't have all day. I'm gonna let it go because I'm wiping everything next turn anyway. Well, might as well. Just force him to get rid of more lands. Where are all of my creatures? Dang, man. Okay. All right, well, clearly I need less lands again, because all we're gonna draw is lands and instants and sorceries, man. Somehow, some way, that just won us a game. All right, sure. The opponent didn't want to see any more. They just look like a freaking control deck. Where are all of my creatures? Am I tripping? There are a lot of creatures in this deck. $2.3. I'm gonna get rid of one land. I'm gonna get rid of one land. Give me another copy of Quicksilver. Because if you're gonna run it, you do want 4 copies in the deck just to have the best chance of seeing it on the opening hand. Let's try this again. It's not great. But if we get the land, then, we're doing good. Doesn't look like they really want to play creature. Well, maybe they do. Maybe this is the crabs. Yeah, this is this deck. Yeah. And this Super Adaptoid is kind of cold, low-key. Now that I'm really seeing how it functions, this card low-key kind of raw. Hold on. Hey, I might have to do something else with this Super Adaptoid. This Super Adaptoid is really good. I'm very annoyed that I cannot draw land all of a sudden. You take one land out, can't draw land. I put it back in, I'm gonna draw nothing but land. Like, it's just so stupid, man. It's just so unbelievably stupid, dude. Like, oh, it's annoying. So doggone annoying. What do you want to do? That's fine. And then to just get no white, like, at all, at any point in this game is insane. Insane. Well, you're gonna have to do it again. Sure. Sunderflock, yeah. If I would have had all the lands that I needed to have, this situation would actually not be that bad. But because I don't, now I'm in dire straits. I messed up. I shouldn't have attacked with the Moon Shadow. Yeah, that's my fault. I shouldn't have attacked with Moon Shadow. Okay, so now let's go tweak the lands a little bit because I know I need more white now. So let's get rid of a crypt. Go up a godless shrine. Or really, let's go up a sacred foundry. Yeah. And I'm gonna hope that that was just the anomaly of us not drawing lands. Let's see. Let me get a cup of wool. Okay. I suppose. We really need targets, cards that target. Are you killing my Quicksilver? Are you murdering my Quicksilver? Are you murdering my Quicksilver? Think about all the cards that I just have not seen. Have not seen Ares. Have not seen Cap. Just have not seen any of it. And I should have played one of these first, but it's fine. It's fine. 5 rounds to the UFC. Uh-huh. Bandit's talent, you say? I'd rather get rid of this, to be honest. Now what? Play like a Unholy Annex or something like that. I'll get rid of Quicksilver. I'm definitely going to try to build something more with this Super Adaptoid. This Super Adaptoid is really good. It's actually pretty good, if I must say so myself. Sure. That doesn't do a lot for me here. Shouldn't have played the land. But of course. But of course. Another Quicksilver here would be pretty nice. Will I get it? Absolutely not. You're gonna get more and more land. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California. Okay, well, kill that. Sure. How wonderful is this? How wonderful is this? Yeah, well, once again, seriously, man. Oh my God, bro. Like, where's Aries, bro? I literally haven't seen Aries one time. Like, are we serious? Come on, man. This is just so stupid. Where are the cards I built this deck around? Have not seen them one time. Whatever, dude. We're out. We're out, man. That's what it's just gonna have to be, man. We're gonna do some more tuning though. It was kind of hard for me to focus on doing this and live streaming at the same time, so I'm definitely about to hop off right now and continue to build. Hopefully we have some stuff that looks a whole lot better than this come Monday to start the brand new week of the Black Magic Gauntlet, man. But thank you guys so much, man. If you did stay this long, if you're still here in the stream, man, if you're new around here, would appreciate it if I could get a like and a subscribe from you. Really does help out the health of the channel, allows me to be able to continue to bring you guys this level of content if you do enjoy it, and only if you enjoy it. Like I said, we'll be here Monday. Brand new start, season 4 of the Gauntlet is coming up, so hope you guys are looking forward to that, man. But thank you guys so much for pulling up on me here in Black's Magic Arena. I've been your host as always, Nox Black, and I will see you guys on Monday. Peace.